are moving into one of the, besides finding slope, the application of slope is to be able to graph lines. So again, we get introduced with slope, and now we're going to be given the slope, our knowledge on slope, and we're going to be able to quickly graph lines. We're going to get into this form of an equation of a line called slope-intercept form. In your learning target today, you're going to be able to identify the slope, you're going to be able to create an equation of a line, and graph points. You're not graphing points today. So today you're going to be able to identify slope, identify y-intercept, and be able to create an equation of a line. Now I just want you to remember in Unit 4, when I gave you a table of values and I said, hey, create an equation of a line. And if you recall how annoying it was because you had to just guess and check. You know, it was this long process. Not anymore. Not with linear equations. It is so easy to do within Chapter 5. Every equation of a linear line is y equals mx plus b. That you need to just memorize that. It's given to you as a formula sheet on MCAs and OLPAs, but you do need to know every line should look like this. Y is by itself equals mx plus some kind of b. And the m and the b are specific things. The m represents the slope of the line. So m is that slope. It's that constant change, how that line is going to the next point, like 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. B actually is where it crosses the y-axis. We call it the y-intercept. For example, if I had an equation of a line, and you don't have to write this down, I just want to show you how I can easily create an equation of a line. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And let's say that my point was here and then I went up 1, 2, 3 over 2. Up 3 over 2. Okay, so let's say that I have this equation of a line. I can, or this line I should say, I can create an equation. I know that the equation is y equals something times x plus something, which is my y-intercept. Slope, y-intercept. Well, what's the slope of this line? Up 3 over 2. So my slope is up 3 over 2. And the y-intercept is where you cross that y-axis. Where did I cross it? -2. And that's the equation of the line. It's not hard. It's just being able to identify the points. Okay, so part of our learning target is to be able to identify, when I give you an equation of the line, you need to be able to tell me what is the slope of the line and where does it cross the y-intercept. That's what you have to be able to do anytime that I give you an equation of a line. So every equation looks like this. Y equals mx plus b. M is my slope. B is my y-intercept. So whatever is before the x is the slope. Whatever is after the x is the y-intercept. So y equals 3x plus 2. What's my slope?
3.
3. My slope is 3. No, my slope is 3, but it's really 3 over 1. Whoops, not 3 over 3. 3 over 1. Up 3 over 1. Up 3 over 1. My y-intercept is after the x, so my y-int is going to be 2. So this line, instead of making a table of values like we did in Unit 4, I can quickly graph this line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can graph this line by making a dot at the y-intercept too, and then using my slope, up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. And you can create the line that way. So much easier. Unit 4, I'd make you make the -2, -1, 0, 2, 1, 2. This is so much easier. Okay, plus a negative, so you know if the y-intercept is a positive or negative. is my slope of this line? What's before the x?
-4.
Yep, I need more than just one student interacting here. What's before my x?
-4.
-4. -4 over 1. My y-intercept is after the x, so what's after the x? -2. Okay. Next one. What's the slope? What's before the x? 2/3. And what's my y-intercept? What's after the x? 5. Yep. And graphing is more tomorrow. I gave you a little preview of how I can use this information to quickly graph. We're not done though, but that's the biggest thing. So let me just finalize what the important parts of this page is. The important parts is this equation of a line, y equals mx plus b. The important thing is that you know the m is the slope of a line. The b is where it crosses the y-axis. It's the y-intercept. Intercept means like it intersected it. Okay? All right, now the next part, you can create an equation using slope and y-intercept. So, we get it into y equals mx plus b form. Remember, m is the slope, b is the y-intercept. So if I have the slope and the y-intercept, I can quickly just plug it into the equation. Y equals the slope times x plus the y-intercept. So what's the slope of this first example? 3. So y equals 3x plus, what's my y-intercept? -5. Do not keep it like that. That's not simplified. You have to turn it into 3x minus 5. That's the simplified version. Okay, so you turn plus a negative back into minus. Okay, next one. Y equals my slope. What's my slope? Yep, my slope is -2 over 3. X plus, what's my y-intercept? 5. So those of you that are like, what? You know, if you're still trying to process where I'm getting the slope and y-intercept and how I'm turning it into this, you might want to just make a little, you could just make a little equation frame. It should be y is equal to your slope, x plus, and then right here goes your y-intercept. That's how it will always look, always. It's always going to be y equals whatever your slope is times x plus whatever your y-intercept is. Always, always, always. Okay, that's part one of creating an equation. One more learning target. The next learning target is not this, not this, this. So it's creating an equation of a line like we just did, except now it's going to be given on a coordinate plane. Same process though. It should always be y equals your slope times x plus whatever your y-intercept is. Y equals mx plus b. So that's how it's going to look. So you just have to do a couple of things before you write it. It's just as easy as the other one. You just better know how to find slope from a graph. That's the first thing you're going to want to do, identify slope. What is the slope? Remember, you do the perfect points. And then you got to figure out what's your y-intercept. And then you get into y equals mx plus b form. Slope-intercept form. And you know why it says slope-intercept? Because look, m is the slope, y is the intercept. Get it? Slope-intercept. Genius. Okay. So if I remember right, these are really bolded, so it's a little hard to identify the slope. I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to pretend this is a perfect point. And I think up 1 over 2. I think up 1 over 2 pretty much always. It's hard because it's not a nice straight line. I think I blew it up, so it just made it a little off. So here I'm going to say my slope is 1 over 2. My slope is 1/2. And you'll never have this question on your actual homework. Everything will be nice and to scale. My y-intercept, where did I cross the y-axis at? Looks like 1.5, right? Or 3/2. Or I don't know, is it trying to be 2? I'm just going to say 1.5, but use it as a fraction, 3 over 2. Then I get it into the form. Y equals my slope. What's my slope? 1/2 x plus my y-intercept, 3 over 2. It will not be that questionable on your homework. Okay. All right, my next one. I always do this. It just helps me out so much. I figure out, hey, I need to know what my slope is, and I need to know what my y-intercept is. That didn't take me a lot of work. My slope, I pick a perfect point. Looks like I'm falling down, so I know it's going to be negative. Down 1 over 3. Down 1 over 3. I'm going to go with it. Down 1 over 3. Negative 1/3. My y-intercept looks like it's a little bit more of a perfect point here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My y-intercept is 8. And then pull it all together. Y equals my slope, negative 1/3, times x plus my y-intercept. And that's the equation of that line. Isn't this awesome?
No.
Yeah, it is. This is amazing information. It makes your life so much easier.
Up to
No, it doesn't.
So again, my goal, figure out my slope, figure out my y-intercept. So what up 2 over 1 is my slope, 2 over 1. And my y-intercept, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you guys get 5 too? It's hard to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My y-intercept is 5. I cross the line when y is 5. So then y equals your slope, 2 over 1, I'm just going to write 2, times x plus my y-intercept, 5. If you ever wonder, how do you keep doing that so fast? Again, you have this line structure that you can do. It's always y equals the slope times x plus the y-intercept. Slope,
down to
y-int. Slope, I heard Ethan say down 2 over 2. Sure, looks like it's down 2 over 2 to me. So I pick a perfect point, and then I go down 2 over 2, down 2 over 2, down 2 over 2. So it's down 2 over 2, which is down 1 over 1, which is negative 1. Oopsies. And my y-intercept is 1. Okay? And then you put it all together. Y equals your slope, negative 1x, plus your y-intercept. But you want to know what? It's going to really look like, remember, 1 is super shy. So 1 is feeling super stressed out being visible. So we gotta calm the 1 down and hide it. Y equals negative x plus 1. And that's your learning target today.